Before the hour is up, another person in the U.S. will likely be killed by a drunk driver.
In 1 out of every 5 of these deadly accidents, the person behind the wheel has been busted before for DUI. 10 on Your Side investigative reporter Chris Horne is looking into how repeat DUI offenders are getting back on the road.
Yeah, Nicole and Tom, we uncovered a case of a woman who was arrested so many times that authorities are surprised she hasn't killed someone yet. Right now, she's fighting DUI arrest number 7. She already has 4 convictions. But when it comes to those 6 priors, we found major problems because state lines have become dividing lines. And that could mean less time than you might think for someone who has turned her back on everyone in her path. Can you tell us why you keep getting arrested for DUI?
She does not have any comment.
Alexandria Ferguson has been busted for DUI in Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia. Isn't this the 7th time you've been arrested for DUI?
Come on now. Again, I said we have no comment. Appreciate it.
6 prior arrests with only 4 convictions. In 2012, Ferguson was charged in Elizabeth City with DUI and felony child abuse. Her own 2-year-old son was with her when she crashed. She was convicted of misdemeanor child abuse because the boy was in the car, but that DUI charge, it was pled down to reckless driving. One of the boy's relatives, who wants to remain anonymous, says enough is enough.
Something needs to be done. I mean, how many times do you have to be let go before you get justice?
The other case that was dropped was in Bryan County, Georgia, after the statute of limitations ran out. Ferguson's latest case is in Gates County, North Carolina.
Miss Ferguson was unsteady on her feet, strong odor of alcohol about a person's breath and persons.
The sheriff says Ferguson is in her own category.
As far as repeat offender, she's probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Here's the crux of the problem. 3 months before the Gates arrest, Ferguson was busted in Suffolk. The cases are just 30 miles apart, but they're in 2 different states. And authorities say that's critical.
It can be problematic.
Special Prosecutor Robert Marriage has handled Virginia DUI cases involving out-of-state priors.
At the sentencing, of course, you can say to the judge, and you have the record there, Your Honor, this person has got a previous DUI in North Carolina, and the judge will consider that.
Let's say you have a DUI conviction in Virginia. Then you get arrested and convicted for DUI in North Carolina. The judge can use that Virginia prior only as an aggravating factor to enhance a sentence. It wouldn't count as much as a previous North Carolina conviction. Meanwhile, flip that scenario and get arrested in Virginia with a North Carolina prior, and it counts even less. I've got 5 previous convictions in North Carolina. I cross the state line and I get arrested for DUI for the first time in Virginia. Technically, I am a first-time offender in Virginia. Is that correct?
Yes.
Just to let you know, first-time Virginia offender, no minimum jail time. 4th-time Virginia offender, at least a year mandatory. How do we change that? How does that situation get addressed?
I think that one, that issue is probably pretty hard to change.
MAD says ignition interlocks and sobriety checkpoints are the 2 best ways to stop repeat offenders. Local MAD victim advocate Kay Walsh says tougher fines are another good weapon.
You know, you hit their wallets. That's the only thing they understand is having their wallet hit.
Walsh is painfully familiar with the damage repeat drunk drivers can cause. She lost Robin, her only child, to a 3-time offender.
When he got out of prison after the 4 years, he got another DUI in Newport News 5 months after his release.
Walsh is surprised Ferguson hasn't already killed someone.
I wonder how many more times it's going to take before she does kill someone.
Do you think she's a time bomb?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
As Ferguson's cases prove, sometimes DUI charges end up with a plea agreement. But Walsh hopes the publicity surrounding Alexandria Ferguson this time will lead to significant jail time.
I believe that because you have taken an interest in what is going on and they know that they're being watched, I think someone's going to take the bull by the horns this time.
Think she'll get active jail time?
Yes, only because of you.
Ferguson's court date in Gatesville, February 24th, but it may never go to trial. We know that the district attorney's office has been negotiating with Ferguson's defense attorney. She's on a revoked license until June 2017 from her Suffolk DUI conviction. Right now in Virginia, a proposal would make penalties tougher for DUI offenders who get caught driving on a revoked license. And we will be following up with lawmakers to see what can be done to strengthen DUI laws when it comes to repeat offenders. Chris Horne, 10 on your side.
Now, if you have an investigation for Chris, we want to hear from you. Call our 10 on your side hotline at 757-673-5310 or send our team an email at 10onyourside@wavy.com.